This is Cyber Monday.
This is Cyber Monday, pretty much, right?
Because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Oh, yeah. So December 2nd.
Hopefully, y'all got some good deals.
December 2nd. I don't go shopping
My brain's not on yet.
The new update on the iPhone, the calendar, I hate it. The calendar. Did you get the new iOS update?
Do you have iOS 18? Is
I
it
think
out?
so.
Everybody's like showing that it's out and that they can get it. My phone, when I go to click to do an update, it's not available for me. I want to try the iOS 18 so bad. Are you telling me
Probably because you don't back anything up on the cloud. They're probably
Stop.
catching you there, and they're like,
Mine
we're
is
not going to
still-
give him the update. You got to sell us your soul first before we give you it.
I'm getting the holiday sniffles right now. My bad.
It's a nice update. You know, now it's like kind of like multicolored, like when you like something, like a text and stuff. It's like colorful, which I'm like, okay, but it looks a little weird.
It's either I update my phone all the time.
It's ready for me.
I'm going to do it during the episode.
Really?
And have it say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
You're gonna need your phone. Watch.
I know.
You're gonna need
Because
it.
how long is it? The update always happens for me in the middle of the night, like before I go to bed. It goes, "Do you want us to do the update while you're asleep?" And I go,
I do it when I sleep. Yeah, because I don't want to. I don't want to worry about it. I know no one's calling me or texting me when I'm
You
sleeping.
have the update though, right?
Is it ready? Let me see.
Mine was not available for the longest time, and everybody kept posting that they had it and they already switched. But
I
now,
think there's like tiers, right? There's tier. I think like tier 1, they get
It's
the
like a
update.
rollout.
Yeah, I think it's whoever's been on like with iPhone the longest. They get like the update first, because I swear I'm the last person to get that update like notification thing. Like
it is weird. I'm just excited for the satellite phone.
Oh yeah.
I think that is insane.
This finish up setting up your iPhone thing has been on since I've had iPhone, since I've been with
What
Apple.
have you not finished setting up on your phone?
It's a finish setting up your phone with. Oh, setting up Siri. I don't use Siri.
Oh.
I don't know why. I just like don't. It's not like I don't trust Siri. I'd rather just type it in or call. You know what I mean? I'd rather
Yeah.
just
I'm
do
the
it
same
myself.
way. I never use Siri.
I just like don't need
When
it.
I'm cooking, I'll use Siri or use like my Google Home.
I don't like Siri either, but my friend just did something that was so genius, and I was like, damn, I think I'm going to turn it on just for that. He couldn't find his phone in my house, and he's looking all over the place. And you know if your phone's on silent,
Yeah.
Oh,
you
you're
can't
shit out of
call
luck.
it or anything. So he just walked around the house going, hey, Siri, hey, Siri, and was waiting for it to answer back.
Uh-oh. Everyone's Siri's probably just went off.
Oh, yeah, I know. The amount of times we said it too. And so even if you have it on silent, that will respond to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. I need that.
It was
Wow.
actually a genius idea, and I was like, wow.
Could you like go, hey Siri, where are you? And it would be like, I'm over here.
Say,
Or,
hey,
like,
I don't
Sarah.
know.
Or just
he
like
was he was
send
just waiting
a-
for it to do that, like,
the beep beep and like, or
Ready
like
to-
here
yeah.
I wish you could change the word, like the name.
instead of Siri.
Yeah.
What would you change it to?
What if there's like 2 phones there?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I
everybody-
think we should be able to like personalize
Customize
what we
it.
want. Like me, I want to put, hey Daenerys.
I knew you were
You know what I mean?
Or
Or-
Game of Thrones.
or-
Yeah, my brain.
Or hey Keisha. Hey Miss Keisha.
Hey, Miss Keisha.
And then you can put in exactly like what like type of voice you want too. You know how sometimes you could choose like British. You know when you're on the navigation, it says turn left
Yes.
on McCoy Lane.
Charmed.
I don't know. I think they need that update because
I don't know. I want
we all
something
have
that
one.
feels like I'm like James Bond. You know what I mean? I want to
Yes.
feel like this is like a spy piece of like.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just-
I'm not delusional. I don't need anything like that.
Oh, Daenerys.
But Daenerys is fictional. James Bond, that's too real.
What was Batman's assistant called?
I don't know.
Michael Caine's character.
Oh, Jeffrey.
No.
Joffrey.
Robin.
It's like a big butler name. Like Chives. But
Alfred?
Alfred, that's it. Alfred.
Pennyworth. I think
Alfred.
Chives is another movie though, because that sounds really familiar.
Chives.
I know like in Even Stevens, like Lewis had like a butler in one episode, he would call him Chives or something
okay,
like
okay.
that. Chives is like a very like cliche.
Yeah.
Chives is a good like pet name for like a smelly animal.
Hey, Chives.
Hey
Yeah.
Chives.
Like
That is a good pet
what do
name.
you call those little like possums? But they're gerbils.
No.
Ferrets?
Ferrets. Yeah.
Ferrets. That's a good name for a ferret.
Just talking about ferrets last night.
ferrets.
Yeah, because I like ferrets, but I heard that they stink, so I would never want a ferret.
Oh, I feel like they've always known to stink. Like I feel like that's one pet that I'm like, oh, that's a stinky animal. I wouldn't want that.
They secrete just like an odor, and you
Yeah.
can't. You just have
Is
to
it
deal with
kind
it.
of like a mix between like a raccoon and a possum? What are they?
They are a rodent
They're
sure.
in the rodent family.
They are a rodent family. They,
they're just like super long
and lanky and just like foxy.
And stanky.
I like just how they just like sling around and get into stuff. I think they're like almost like little kitties.
I just wish they smelled better. Then they'd be really cute. I already told myself if I ever get a pet, like I'd probably get a dog if I were going to get any pet for the house. Like I would say in like 5-10 years, whatever. I'm getting a dog. I'm not getting one that smells.
Oh yeah,
at all. Like when I go somewhere and I want to get a dog, I would tell them, hey, give it a bath first, and then I want to smell after you give it a bath, because there's a lot of dogs you give it a bath and it still stinks.
It's smelly like a wet dog.
It's just smelling like a wet dog.
Get like one of those like hypoallergenic, like the non whatever type ones.
Like Danielle's dog, like Charlotte. Danielle's never smells.
That's good.
Even when it smells bad, it doesn't smell bad. That's the kind of dog I want.
Dogs don't sweat, right?
I don't think so.
Because that's why they pant. Is because
I think they sweat out of their paws, right?
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that.
They do secrete like pheromones out of their paws. That's why they like right before they take a poop, they like do a little like they scuff the ground to secrete their scent.
I thought dog sweat wasn't like it didn't come out like.
Oh, dogs sweat, but not much as humans, but in a different way. They have sweat glands, panting.
On their paws and nose. Their nose. That's why it's always so wet.
Interesting.
I thought it was just wet because it was just a moist area.
Oh, yeah, you can tell if it's sick if like its nose is like cold, like right? A dog, don't you like?
Yeah, sometimes they're like wet and runny and kind of.
That's like a way to like see if your dog is sick. I saw this very interesting TikTok, and it's a study, but some people claim it's not true. But I'm trying to test it in my own world of observation. So some people believe that dogs, bees, whales, turtles, they are animals that are sensitive to the electromagnetic like field of the world. Like internally they know what's north and what's south and what's east and what's west. And there was a study where they did a massive study of dogs, and when dogs poop, but the dog has to be not around traffic. It has to be like in an open field or like a backyard, that they will align north and south.
Wow.
When they are pooping. So, but some people go, that's not true. Some people are like, it is true. But the study itself showed like a significant
I'm gonna look now, because I have 3-4 dogs running around here all the time. I'm gonna check now when they go in the backyard to see what they face.
See which side of the couch they shit on.
Yes, so
just
look,
if they're
that was rude. Heath. That was rude.
So this on Google, where I just pulled it up, it said yes, dogs prefer to poop facing north or south and are sensitive to small variations in the Earth's magnetic field. So yes, it was in Germany and Czech Republic. This
is one of those things where they saw like 3 dogs and they're like, magnetic fields.
But every time I'm like driving and I see, even though it's not accurate because you can't be near traffic, I guess, for the study. When I see a dog poop, I'll pull out my compass and I'm like, and I start like moving it around to see if it's like lining up with the north or the south.
Sir, what are you doing?
I just see him driving just like on the streets, and he sees a dog pooping, has to pull over.
I hate seeing a dog poop when you're driving. You're like, oh, oh God, like you're just seeing it go.
I feel like they also get embarrassed too, because like every time they poop, they look at you and they're like,
you got to keep watch for me. You got to be.
It's so funny though, because like if you do go camping and you go to the bathroom in the woods, you understand immediately why dogs do that, look like that, and are making. Because if you're standing there like on the back, you're just like this, and you're just like, you literally are doing exactly what a dog does. You're so vulnerable.
Your bumhole is very vulnerable.
It's crazy.
It is. I get it.
And then you're like watching to see if like other like hikers like are possibly passing through.
And they like have you ever touched a dog's bumhole? Like they get very
insane.
They're just kind of like wet, and they'll let you know when.
I think it's just, I want to know what that sense is like of being able to be aware of the electromagnetic like pull of the universe. Like what
does it feel like?
Yeah. Is it just this like wah, 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 like you feel in line with it? Is it like a vibration?
Or what if, you know how like when you touch a magnet to another magnet, if they're both the same side, it'll like flip?
Yeah.
What if a dog tries to poop the other way, but it doesn't let them?
Yeah, just repels.
Like, did you know that their studies showed that toilets are being built and they all face north? Did you know that?
It's so stupid.
Every toilet built in the house,
so
every toilet in every house, it's all facing north. Check it out.
That one's facing this way. This one's facing that way.
6 different toilets in this house. I know they're all facing.
Open the back. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I also know like churches or like Greek churches all face the same direction. Like when they build a church, most churches, old churches, face the same direction.
I love when I'll see like a really like beautiful home that's being like talked about, like when it was built, how it was built, and the thought that they put into like, okay, so we angled it this way because the way the sun rises, it comes through perfectly through these arches, this window, you get this light. And then we also designed it so that when the sun is setting, it does this over like the pool, like backyard. Like they like
thought about it.
Put so much thought into being able to angle their house perfectly.
They didn't put a lot of thought on my second house, that's for sure. This shit was dark all the time. No sun.
Explain what we were talking about yesterday with the time zones in Tennessee.
Oh,
that's
Matt.
so like trippy to think about.
Okay, so Nashville is an hour behind Chattanooga.
Okay. Oh, so weird. The state is divided.
Yes, it splits somewhere in between that. I was saying, what do people do? Like, say you live on one side of the time zone and your work is across the street on the other side of the time zone. So you have to wake up an hour early to then get to across the street to make it to this time.
Like, how trippy is that
and
to
then
think
when you
about?
leave work, you have to lose completely, like going back and forth just across the street. It's not like you're going far.
Wait, do you lose? Because it's not based on your timeline. It's based on their timeline, your hours, right?
Yeah. So
if your work starts at 7 a.m. and you have to leave your house at 5:30 to get there on time. You
could leave
but
your
then
house
if you have like
at
a
8
dinner
o'clock.
party after work at your house at a certain,
You're
like,
just constantly.
I bet most people are forgivable. Well, it's not forgivable.
No.
People are aware. Definitely, if you know your work starts at 7 a.m. that time and you're an hour like behind, you are going about your whole evening knowing that you have to report at that time. Like, so yes, like, the time is different, but you have to
for new people that just move in is probably
you would
really
have
difficult.
to in your mind, in your body, be to work and ready to get there at 6 a.m. your time if your work over here starts at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So as you're traveling, you would go from 6 to land over here at work at 7.
Are we figuring out time travel right now?
But you don't.
Yeah, like if you could run back, like we were also saying on one side of the town, if the stores stay open an hour later,
like
and
you just go.
If you're on your side of town and you're like, shoot, I don't have time. They're closing the store. Let me just go across the street to the other.
So this time zone.
Oh yeah, for like beer and stuff. Like liquor closes, you just go. Well, let's just go.
Or like if the bars are open, like I want to stay out longer, but they close at 2. Okay, it's not 2 yet over there. Like
I hope there's a bar called 1 hour later. That's
that's right on the line.
Right on the line, and like
I feel it. I want to interview somebody so bad. Yes. I know they're probably used to it. It's probably second nature. They don't even think about it, but it's so interesting that like people go through that.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
So cool.
That's crazy.
In my head, I always thought they lost an hour like going back home, but they never actually lose time. It's just like they have to go on a different time frame. Always.
Yeah, you would just be like having to do the mental math of like.
Yeah, that's only for work because they would never put themselves through that outside of that unless they're using it to their advantage.
So you would lose the hour in the morning, but then you would gain it back going back. So if you get off of work at 5 and you go home, you're technically getting back at 4.
Yeah.
On your house.
Yes, and like but you should still go to bed. Like. Time. You can't cheat yourself because
you have to live off of the other. It's
you gotta.
Weird.
You have to go to bed like an hour early.
And when the daylight savings time hits, you're just don't even know what to do.
I saw an interesting study about time zones, and because of the curvature of the Earth, even though, say, someone who lives up in Maine in the Eastern time zone, the sun is going to set earlier than someone on the Western side of that time zone. So they get more daylight. So people who live on the eastern side of all of the time zones, that sun sets faster.
Based on daylight savings?
And so they go to bed earlier based on the curvature of the Earth and the sun because there's like a 30-minute difference of when the sun sets. So those people will go to bed earlier and technically end up getting 112 more hours of sleep than anybody else who lives on the western side of their time zone. Does that make sense?
I always thought that the time zones were based on exactly where they draw the line where it is at the sun's at exactly overhead at 12 o'clock. Like
that's
noon.
what I thought too.
Right. But But the time
it starts getting a little bit off.
Look at this. That's the map. So
yeah, you see right there where
you know
it splits?
what? I have never bothered to look at that.
Indiana's weird because some of Indiana doesn't do daylight savings and some of it does.
Oh yeah,
Indiana,
look, Kentucky,
it's like two
Indiana.
different. Indiana's a very weird.
Look at where Idaho just like they just.
I wonder why they did that for Indiana. Because that doesn't even make sense.
There's some weird. It's like an old timey thing about it, and even Michigan, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is also split as well for the people who are listening.
Oh, I didn't know Florida split the Panhandle.
Oh, right there, because they got over down there.
Hold on, wait a second. Where is FSU?
Right there.
Wait, is it right before the time?
It might be touched into the red.
Okay, so I was about to say, like, we would drive there all the time, and we would have to know about the time zone.
Yeah.
Going there all the time.
It was like when we went to your wedding. We landed and then we drove. And
that was really cool.
Some people miss their flights too.
Yes, going back, you lose the hour.
We had to book it.
We didn't realize. We're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. We should have put that clear on our website.
Wait, and when we were driving, we saw the clock change.
We were waiting for it. We were
oh
like,
yeah.
We got pulled over because we realized we were going to be late. We thought we had 3 hours to kill.
That is crazy. Wow.
And we got pulled over.
We have not done the intro.
Oh shoot. Okay. It's Coffee Talk, baby. Thank you, Matt. Welcome back to Zane and Heath Unfiltered. I'm Zane.
I'm Heath.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mariah.
And happy Cyber Monday, y'all.
Happy December.
We are in December, which is why we're themed.
Before we start, if you guys have been thinking about joining the Unfiltered Patreon, now's the time to do it, baby. It's Cyber Monday, and we figured why not give you guys a deal of a lifetime.
That's right, baby. Right now on our Patreon, we're going to be offering 40% off for new members that want to join. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, it's honestly amazing. We do a bunch of different bonus episodes. We keep these cameras rolling. You get an extended cut of every single podcast episode. You get early access, ad-free. We do a live Q&A every single month. And once you sign up, you get access to everything we've ever done. So you could go in, binge watch, however you prefer.
You'll also have access to all the guest episodes that we've done. We've done so many episodes with different guests, and they're still on there. You'll get them all there right now.
Another great thing about our lives is that we do it through YouTube, and the link stays up for a month. So if you missed it that day, you can always watch it for the month.
So if you join right now, you're going to be able to catch our live Q&A that we're going to do. And I don't know, it's the holidays, so we might make it a little cheery, baby.
Again, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We love you, and we will see you there.
And look at this set. It's Christmas themed.
Yeah.
It just does something to me.
And we got to do it earlier, too. You guys, you have to do it when as soon as Halloween ends, you got to put your Christmas decorations up. It honestly feels good.
Mariah did. Our whole house has been Christmas since the day after.
And I normally do it.
Some people get conflicted about this.
Well, traditionally, I do. Back at home, we would do after Thanksgiving dinner, we'd pull out all the boxes from the basement or the attic.
Yeah.
And we'd start putting stuff up that week. But this year we're going to be out of town for so long. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it up because I want it to be up for at least a month total.
To feel something.
Yeah, because we're going to be gone for weeks at a time. So
you don't even get to enjoy it, but your neighbors get to enjoy it.
Yeah, but I
we
think
have the
when
whole
we
house
have
red and green.
When we have kids, I think I'll go back to right after Thanksgiving. We put everything up.
Yeah,
I think that makes.
Are you a colorful type of Christmas decoration type, or just the white and the gold?
All color.
That's okay. So I love the white and gold. Like my mom loves white and gold.
She likes that bougie Christmas.
Yeah, I don't even think she sees it as bougie. I think she sees it more as just
clean.
Clean.
Oh,
yeah,
like all kind of matching ornaments and stuff are all part of the same color scheme.
Yeah, and I feel like it's definitely more vintage. It's definitely more old school, silver. Traditional to have it all colorful. The Christmas lights are all green, purple, red.
Yeah, I like rainbow lights.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm big. I like a combo where you do the base, your trunk, white lights. And then
that's good.
And then do also a little bit of white lights as well, on the limbs, and then you get the fat big color bulbs.
Oh,
and you do that. So it's and then tinsel. We do a little silver tinsel, a little bit of gold tinsel.
Yeah, some homemade ornaments.
Yes.
Oh, homemade ones or ones you got on a vacation.
It's important.
A little macaroni garland.
It's important to feel something whenever you look at your Christmas tree and Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
You want to look at the ornament and be like, I got that 8 years ago.
It's really cool to see the tree that my parents will put up, and it's got like my Ninja Turtle ornament I've had since I was like
you don't
2.
like
and it's
that
like,
is the one thing you keep collecting.
You just remember seeing these, the ones that you made that you don't even remember making, but it's just like they're there and it's got your name written on it.
My mom will buy like the ornaments that look expensive as hell. You know the ones I'm talking about? They come in like a case of 4. Yeah. I'm like, Mom, like
they were nice,
but like when you buy ornaments, they come in like 20 or 30, right? They all come in like
the big pack,
yeah. And she's just buying those like the ones that are like, Cindy's gonna love that. She's gonna be jealous of these ornaments.
I'm going so hard on my tree. There was a girl. I'm gonna kind of gatekeep it, but I fell in love with her tree, and she has like exclusive content like on her Instagram, and I paid for like the monthly membership to see how this woman does her tree, because like. It's the most beautiful fucking tree I've ever seen, but it takes a while. And I needed to know her process because I'm like, this is I'm going to have
I go down rabbit holes.
It's our first year we're doing a fake tree too. Okay. Patricia's always been real tree, but I'm like, it's because I want the exact tree this girl has. But my argument is in the future, we'll also get a real tree, but we have like a front room tree and a back room tree, a 2-tree situation.
Yeah. Did you see the family that has had the same tree for 35 years? A real living tree. That they use I think it's 35 years.
And they're just watering. Well, where are the roots? Wait, what are you talking about?
They replant it after I don't know how. I didn't even know you can do it. But they replant it. And yeah, this is it. 34 years.
34 years, the same tree. I have to see how.
I didn't even know this was possible.
Oh, it looks like an old tree. Look at the shape of it.
They said something that once it's like cut, it won't grow taller. It just...
Oh, boy.
It's not the best looking one.
It looks like a bush.
Oh, 1983.
No, I mean, I believe it because look at that tree.
That's really cool. Show the damn tree.
Yeah, why are they showing Michael
Jackson's
Thriller? Why?
What was
it's just giving you a reference of the time how long ago this thing came out.
It's as old as the Thriller music video.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Shopify.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product or a cool brand and brilliant marketing, but an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers and for people buying super simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify.
And nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not so secret with Shopify Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%.
That's right, baby.
And that means way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going cha-ching.
So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Because businesses that sell more sell on Shopify.
As Zane and I have always said, everything that we've ever sold online has been powered by Shopify. They make it so easy, and especially for people like us that don't want to spend the time to learn something, and it just makes it so much easier to see everything in the back end, and it's just a great tool. And all of our friends that sell stuff online also use it.
It really is like a build a business for dummies. Mm-hmm. It truly is. So if you guys want to upgrade your business and get the same checkout, like
Allbirds or Skims or, Zane and I.
So sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/unfiltered, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/unfiltered to upgrade your selling today.
And one more time so you don't forget, shopify.com/unfiltered. Thank you so much, Shopify, for sponsoring this podcast and helping us run our businesses.
I think I tell this every year, but did I tell you guys the house that I grew up in, only the first year we moved there, we bought a real tree and then we just planted it outside and then we just did our fake tree for the rest of the time. We wanted that tree to be the Rockefeller tree, like to donate it. And the freaking new people that bought the house chopped it down.
Oh, Matt, it was
bigger than the house.
Oh,
it got bigger.
You guys
it was
didn't
like,
talk
I
to
think
them?
they chopped it down at the
didn't want
20-year mark.
Damn.
I know.
Do you have to apply for the Rockefeller thing, or do you get scouted?
The people this year got scouted.
Yeah.
They asked about the tree and they donated it, but I don't know if
I'm so conflicted though, because it's really bad. I think it's really cool if you get selected to be the Rockefeller tree and you get to be a part of that process.
Crazy.
But sometimes after they chop down that tree, I'm like, damn, that was a gorgeous tree out in front of that house,
and then it's gone.
But you just go, we were it.
And you know what? Do you if I spend so long, like if your family spends so long growing that Christmas tree and you get picked, you better put our name at the top of that tree.
Some sort of
just some sort of credit.
I want VIP tickets to the lighting. Yes. I want to go to SNL. I want to get a tour. I want the whole rock. I want to be with the Rockettes. I want to be in the Nutcracker. Like, give the credit. Access, the key to the fucking city. Yes. If I'm giving my fucking tree.
You need something for someone to spend so long.
I want to be at the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade with Al Roker.
You know what's so sad too, though? Like, you know, it's so like a family that gets picked. They get so excited. They talk about it for the rest of their life. But you know, like people picking it, they're just like, all right, who are we picking this year? Like, it's just such like
it means nothing to them, but it means everything to the family.
And that's probably why they don't give shit.
And I would also ask. I want the Home Alone suite at the Plaza.
Yes.
And buy the whole package where you get the pizza and the limo.
What's at the home? It's called the Home Alone.
Home Alone 2. He stays at the Plaza, the hotel, and he
is it the Palazzo or the Plaza?
The Plaza.
The Plaza.
It's like one of the fanciest hotels, like right south of Central Park.
Have you guys seen it? That hotel?
No, I haven't.
I didn't even.
Eloise at the Plaza.
Every time every time I'm in New York, I don't think about that. I didn't know if it was still if they changed it or.
It's a gorgeous hotel.
This is it.
But they have a package. I believe they do it like every winter. You can stay in the room, I guess, where they shot it. They bring you like the whole massive scoops of ice cream. You get a limo tour with pizza. It's all.
I still want to do that movie thing that you have like a private like showing movie theater like couch situation. It's like really high end.
Wait, fancy. I thought you guys did it when you watched the movie.
You watch the movie and then they have like a private chef cooking for you that brings out all the meals that are being brought like throughout the movie, so you can eat like. And they do it for Home Alone, so you get like the pizza, you get the ice. They bring everything in the movie that you're watching and at the exact moment, so you can eat it.
The ice cream comes first, and then you're like your food. I'm like, oh.
Or they do where you could watch Home Alone with a live orchestra.
Oh
wow!
That would, like, give me John Williams.
That would be cool.
I've always wanted to go to the Game of Thrones one. They have a Game of Thrones one where you like watch it as they're like playing. Oh my god! They don't have it anymore, but
wow,
sick.
That would just be so fun. They do it for white chicks, and you know the scene when they're like,
oh god, I don't want to eat that.
The ribs and everything. Ooh.
No, I would watch the movie before going. I'd be like, I want to make sure everything in this movie is something I'd eat.
Yeah, it just seems fun.
What'd be fun is a movie you've never seen before. Yeah, so you like don't know what to expect.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of what movie I would want to eat.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, right. Just think of the best food movie.
It's raining cats and meatballs. The whole time.
Harry Potter would be a good one.
Yes, that would be.
Just give me that butter.
Like trying to like anything like fantasy, like any fantasy movie where they're bringing out like crazy shit. They just make it.
Yeah.
Cartoons are good too. Cartoons are really fun because they always make something ridiculous in cartoons.
Yeah.
The dish I made for my Friendsgiving last night.
Oh, what'd you make?
Did it get finished?
Yeah, I made it, and buddy, I was stressed. I made French onion pasta.
Oh yes, French onion pasta,
which is a bold move, not Thanksgiving staple, but I felt like it was a complimentary dish because it's a very like rich flavor.
So I'm curious if there was enough.
Oh well,
like a French onion soup,
and I did. This was the recipe said 4 servings, but that's also if you had an entire bowl to yourself as a serving. Side dish. It was the perfect amount. Everyone, because Thanksgiving meals, everyone's just getting like a tiny little
So let me get 4 servings. You'd probably serve 12 servings.
12
if it's
servings,
like a side thing.
but everybody got a bit, and there was still like a little bit left over. Nice. But it was a hit. Everyone goes, "This is really great pasta." I was on cloud 9.
Matt with 4 different packets. Homemade.
Matt, is it supposed to taste like a French onion soup? Is that why it's French onion?
French onion soup is like, the flavor.
That would be good.
It's so good. It takes a long time to make because caramelizing onions takes like well over like an hour and a half to like get them.
Does it really?
Yeah. If you're doing 4 onions, you got to like thinly chop them with the grain and everything, get them boiling. You got to stir it every 5 to 10 minutes. Keep it going. Dang. Then add a little sherry, white wine, deglaze the bottom of the pan.
Should have made a TikTok so other people can make French onion
beef stock, a little bit of Worcestershire.
What recipe
and then
did
rigatoni.
We go based on?
A girl I saw on TikTok, Carolyn. Look up Carolyn's recipes, French onion pasta. I nailed it. But there is just a moment where you're doing it where you think it's all going to go wrong. And there was a moment where I freaked out.
If it did all go wrong and it didn't taste how you wanted, would you still have brought it?
No.
Really?
I think I would have
No, yeah,
ditched it.
you can't.
Yeah, you do. You just tell them, hey guys, I brought it. Just
The worst
for
is
the
when somebody brings something, they're like, I kind of burned it. I'm sorry. And you're like,
Yeah, you're like,
So
which
instead,
one's
I
yours?
brought
it's okay. Don't
Ralph's
worry, but you're
chocolate
like,
chip cookies.
Yeah.
We're doing a Friendsgiving with Remy and Alicia. And we have to do potluck style where you like bring your own
We're like
thing.
filming it, so we're like we have to cook it at our house and then bring it.
What are y'all making?
I don't know what I'm making
So-
yet.
Remy is doing like the heavy lifting because she's filming like a whole thing like for her own thing about like Thanksgiving dinner type thing.
Yeah.
So she's doing like a turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
I'm bringing silverware.
That ain't a dish.
Yeah, it
Zane.
is.
That is
It's for your dish.
It's,
It's the most important thing.
It's for your dish.
That's cutlery. That's cutlery, babe.
Zane's just gonna bring a pack of Oreos.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it look cool. I'm gonna put it like on a tray.
You're not doing that.
But put them like
Get
around.
it. Get in the kitchen and whip something up.
I'm going to Boston Market. Fuck it.
Where the fuck is there a Boston Market?
There's no Boston
There was
Market
one
here.
in Toluca that closed.
I know that one right there.
Yep.
Damn.
But if you actually go to like I went to I was on Postmates last night and there's a few restaurants that do like Thanksgiving. Yeah, you just like there's a Thanksgiving section. They like put it in for people that like.
Costco has like Thanksgiving meal kits. Like you just get it. It's already in the tinfoil. Preheat your oven and you're good to go.
It's good, and I bet it tastes good too.
We're tackling the dessert.
Oh, what are we making?
Bianca Mangiata.
Bianca Mangiata? What's a Bianca Mangiata?
It's the best thing
my
in the world.
grandma-
I don't know her.
My grandmother's recipe.
It's kind of like a pudding custard kind of texture.
Yes.
And then you have like cinnamon powder on top of it, and then chopped up chunks of like dark chocolate bits that are scattered all over it.
Oh boy.
But it's like a white kind of like vanilla flavored custard.
Yeah.
It is crazy, Matt. You would love it.
I'm excited for you guys.
Do you know what you're actually making or no?
Yeah, Bianca Mangiatas. It's gonna be better than yours.
What's Cal making?
It's gonna be better than your grandmother's.
Or does Cal just like film or like I don't know. Is Cal a cook or?
I'm sure
Yeah,
she's
they both
probably gonna
cook.
help out like with it. But we already tried what the turkey's gonna be like. She did like a test run the other day.
Ooh.
And we were over at their house, and it was the most moist turkey I've ever had.
I bring a full pig roast, like full pig, apple in the mouth.
Apple in the mouth. Like,
It's me. All right, reel me in.
That'll throw you off, though. Have you seen one recently?
like a roast pig.
It's
Crazy.
too put together. Like it's I don't.
It looks good for show, but like don't cut that up in front of me.
No,
Like,
it's like to me, it's just sad. Like to see it all like in one.
I don't like to see what I'm like.
I can't. I
to
can't.
see like a snout like
Show
of a
me
pig.
shredded
Like,
pork, and I don't even see it as an animal.
Yeah, exactly.
When I see that, no, I'm like, I can't do it.
I know.
I'm crying. I'm eating and I'm crying.
Yeah, pigs.
Don't
are-
And
make
then
me eat
some
that.
people get like they go for the nose. I'm like,
Oh,
how
my
you
God.
can see that and be like, oh, let
Pig's
me.
feet, anyone?
I actually would try
Disgusting.
pig's feet.
Would
And chicken feet. I
Okay,
would
okay.
totally try it because people eat it.
Jordan
and I don't-
loves chicken feet. I watched him eat these chicken feet. It was the whole thing like this, and he put the whole thing in his mouth,
Is that
Did
where
this?
Flo went?
ate everything, and then he just goes and
takes out
spit
the
out
bone.
all the little knuckles.
Oh.
I was like, what?
The talons.
I can't.
Crazy. He was like, you got to try these. I'm like, I don't think I do.
Is it just really flavorful? Like
Right, finger licking good, huh?
Ew.
Finger licking good.
chicken finger looking good?
I would try it. But it's got to be the best pig's feet. Like someone freshly made it. You got to try this.
Isn't
I
it-
wouldn't buy it at like some weird gas
7-Eleven
station
in the
being
jar.
like, you got chicken feet
In the
back
jar.
there.
It's floating in a jar, like in.
They have that. It's
I
crazy.
mean, you've had frog legs, right?
I don't like them.
Oh, I think they're fine.
They're well, it might have been the one I had, but they're like chewy and super greasy.
Yeah, I picture them
really
like
good.
like those sticky hands that you throw against the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they call them chicken fingers, but they're not fingers.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stick with the tenders. Like, don't say fingers. It's
Why
not.
do-
It's not correct.
Why do they call them fingers?
Because like chicken fingers.
Is there a difference between a finger and a
because
tender?
they look like this but fatter.
Skinnier a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Cane's. Well, Cane's is Cane's chicken fingers, not Cane's chicken tenders.
Yeah, they don't let you say chicken tenders. Don't say chicken tenders.
Yeah, when we were doing that brand deal, they were like, "Don't say chicken tenders." We were like, "Got it, fingers."
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, BetterHelp.
During the holiday season, there are so many ways that people really cozy up for, the winter cold months, wrapping up in a blanket with a mug of hot chocolate or watching a movie with a family. Honestly, it's the best way to, spend the month of December. But, for some people like me, it's therapy.
Exactly. And therapy is a great way to bring yourself some comfort that never goes away, even when the seasons change.
So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
And it's super simple. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
And guys, honestly, it's really helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries, and it empowers you to be the best version of yourself.
Yep.
And remember, BetterHelp is not only for people that have experienced major trauma. This is just, even if you're doing really, really well.
It's good routine maintenance for your mental health.
Exactly. It's like changing the oil in your car. Your car's not broken down, but sometimes you got to change out the oil, or you got to fill up gas when the gas goes out.
And speaking of filling up gas, you don't have to spend any gas money because you can do it all from the comfort of your own home.
Exactly. So guys, find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Zane and Heath today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Zane and Heath.
Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's episode, and thank you for taking care of our cozy, warm hearts for December. But you know what I respect? What was that place that did was it Burger King or Wendy's? Like the chicken fries? I respect that.
I
respect that.
Chicken fries.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I get it. That one I understood.
Banging, dude.
They were in the spicy ones.
Do you know what a turducken is?
A stuffed turkey duck.
With a chicken, also
with
stuffed.
the chicken? Oh, with the duck in.
Can you pull up a turducken? And you know who made this really famous? John Madden.
Ew.
Really?
Mariah, that's something you would do.
Wait, that's not.
Matt,
no.
that's bad.
Don't look it up. I'm not even gonna put a picture.
Mariah, I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring that to Frank. I'm gonna bring that. Right, but it's not cooked.
What you do is you get the turkey, then you stuff it with the chicken, and then the duck.
It is the cook at home one. I'm gonna bring you a platter that's fully not cooked like that.
I could never trust myself cooking that, with the food thermometer being like, I guess it's done, because you have to go through 3 different animals.
Zane, you're gonna be like, do you watch Friends? You're gonna be no. Rachel Green on Thanksgiving. She tried to make a shepherd's pie.
I'm sure there's a picture of it. Just
she put ground beef with the lady fingers.
Oh my God! It's all in one. Just the all in one.
Ew.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert.
Ew.
Oh, her English trifle. What is that? Is that what? Oh, maybe I don't know.
So now they have recipes where you can make it if you want, but it's disgusting.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a decoration.
I would love to make a pie. You know what? All I want to do is just do the fork and do the crimping of the crust. It's just and also just the weaving.
Think of an old movie. When you think of crimping a pie, what movie do you think of? There's one movie right in my head that I think of. It's a cartoon.
Arthur?
Snow White.
Oh yes,
there's
the birds.
The birds, specifically a scene where they're crimping the pie, and I always think about that when I
was thinking of American Pie. That's a famous pie scene.
With the crimping of the pie.
No, he just pucks the pie.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking actual crimping.
What? My brother made apple pie one Thanksgiving. This was 20 years ago, and. Instead of sugar, he accidentally used salt.
Oh my God.
And the whole thing is made of sugar.
Oh no.
So we all took a bite and we were all just looking at each other.
How did it
horrible.
Did he pick up the wrong box? Was it but a mislabeled?
It might have been in a clear jar.
In a container.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I'd smell it as I'm making it. If I poured a whole shit ton of salt in it, I'd been wait, that doesn't feel right. Doesn't smell right.
Says there was 0 taste tests in making the mixture.
Crazy.
Salt and sugar. Sugar kind of glistens. It's crystal-like.
Yes,
there is a bit of.
And salt is actually, I feel a much more fine. Or no. They're both pretty fine.
My favorite trend that people do. It'll be the wife asking their husband if the food tastes okay, and they'll do a spoonful of salt and then put whatever it is on top of it, and they're just
So good.
A little salty. So funny.
But it's crazy that they fill that thing up with straight salt and then they just top it with the soup.
Yeah. That's so funny.
You know what else? I love a good chicken pot pie too. A chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect ingredients. And if you cook it right, that's my Thanksgiving.
What's the difference between a shepherd's pie and a chicken pot pie? A shepherd's
mashed
is a
potato
beef
topping
Oh.
on the shepherd's pie. It's like the ground beef with peas, usually
Okay.
some other like veggies, peas, carrots, corn, and then they do a thick layer of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like my family. We're gonna do. It's gonna be non-Thanksgiving food. We're gonna celebrate Thanksgiving. It's gonna be all the right things, but like the food is gonna be different. I just don't like Thanksgiving food. It just never hits to me.
My brother for quite a few years, refused to do like a Thanksgiving type meal, and they would just do pizzas, because there was this movie. It was a Thanksgiving like turkey movie, where they like. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's
They
like a
burn the
cartoon.
turkey? Oh.
Freebird? Freebirds, yes. So it's such a funny, like, great cartoon movie. You guys got to see it. But in there, they go back in time and they like stop the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off of the menu. And the whole thing is about like it being like turned into like pizza.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a good plot.
They would watch it and then do pizza
I
instead.
like that.
It's kind of dark, but I love the concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And were they able to successfully do that?
They did.
That's good.
It's really funny.
Guy, spoilers. Oh my God. The movie came out 2001. Shit. Cut that, Mariah. I decided to go home last minute. I'm usually here for Thanksgiving. And I'm deciding to go home.
When are you heading out?
Tuesday morning.
Nice.
So I looked at the whenever I look at flights to go to Florida, I always look at when I'm landing, not when I'm leaving. And I didn't look at when I'm leaving for this flight because I was like landing at 4 p.m. Perfect.
Oh yeah. You're leaving 5
6 a.m.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
It's good to leave.
And you can't sleep those days. You have to stay up all night.
Your flight won't get delayed. Usually, that's why I always take the earlier flight because there's no delays.
Yeah, no,
and
I know.
There's always going to be, and if that one gets canceled, there's always one right after.
But me thinking that I was gonna get home at 4 and like I just ruined my day. Like I'm actually not going to go home and be able to I'm gonna get home and fall asleep immediately because I'm not sleeping on the plane. I'm not sleeping the night before.
It is a very long day.
Yeah, so I just kind of screwed up there.
I always get mixed up when I do a red eye. Like I've been telling everybody we're leaving the 26th. I'm leaving the 26th, leaving the 26th. We checked our flight. We leave the 25th around midnight. So I'm like, oh crap. Like,
yeah, you really have
the 25th at night.
11:59 p.m. So. Yeah.
I do love me a red eye.
But now I have to plan to be completely ready the 25th. Like I always,
you're gonna have to bring your suitcases on the.
I am.
Red eyes are the best. Like you don't miss a day of travel. Like if you're traveling like us across the country to like go home, you're not traveling for an entire day.
In the plane, everyone's like on the same page that it's going to be lights out. We're all really quiet because that's the worst is when you get on those early morning flights, people are getting coffee. People are opening up the window, want to see the sun rise. And we're going to be on this plane for 3 more hours.
But Matt, that's me after not sleeping the night before. I'm just like, lights are on, let's go. I haven't slept yet. My eyes are
just playing Natasha Bedingfield unwritten, looking out the window.
But Mariah, your date isn't ruined when you land?
No.
See, it's ruined.
We are actually pretty good about sleeping on planes, so I feel rested.
I think it's just because I'm just so excited to be home. You know, like when we
my
travel,
adrenaline kicks in.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm just so as soon as I touch down, I'm like, let's do it. I don't know, it's just fun.
I had a reader next to me on the plane.
The lights are on.
It's out
loud
spotlight.
I'm surprised.
Dude,
were they
that
older?
thing is yes.
Weird. You would think they would have a Kindle.
Oh, that's kind of
Kindles are great.
I'm a little like that.
But when the whole plane is lights out and the one light on is right, literally on, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not gonna say anything, obviously, but That thing is a spotlight.
Heath, you know what I would do? I would pretend like I'm having nightmares in my dreams, and I would just like make so much noise where that lady feels like that light is like actually what's causing my nightmares.
You act like you're having a dentist nightmare.
I'm like,
don't pull my teeth. No, leave my teeth alone. No, it's the light. Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, Rocket Money.
On average, most Americans think they spend about $62 per month on subscriptions, but the real number is closer to $300.
Oh,
that's a big difference. Even if just a couple of subscriptions fall off your radar, those recurring payments you don't even know about can really add up. For example, such as the editing app that was on my phone for 3 years that I was just paying monthly for, that it never canceled it and it was deleted.
It's insane that these companies can still charge you, and then they can also up the price without even letting you know, but Rocket Money is there to help catch that and save you.
Exactly. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
And my favorite part about Rocket Money is that you can see all your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. And for any subscriptions you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel those with just a few taps.
Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all your accounts. You can easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going.
And the new goals feature automatically saves money for you without you having to think about it. Whether your goal is to pay off a credit card debt, put away money for a house, or just build your savings, Rocket Money makes it easy.
They'll even try to negotiate lower bills for you, sometimes by up to 20%. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate it for you. They'll even deal with customer service.
So if you're ready to get started, all you have to do is go to rocketmoney.com/unfiltered. That's rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
Yeah, stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/unfiltered. Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you.
I don't know if you remember it this morning when you first woke up.
Kind of. I remember.
It's really funny. He woke up, he was dead asleep, and I was standing in the bathroom, and I just hear him start cracking up. And I look over, and I'm like, he's sleeping, but full, like his regular laugh.
Well, do you remember your dream?
So I was like, are you awake? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, what's so funny? Like, what are you laughing at? And he goes, Zane just ice skating.
You were dreaming?
I guess I was dreaming about you ice skating, and it was. I remember the dream. It was you, Zane. It was you in those blue tight pants that we tried on for an Instagram reel.
Yes.
And we did the Pilates.
Uh-huh.
It was you in those with your ass out like this, ice skating, and it was just you were just like arching. Like I remember laughing.
Well,
so
Heath, you know we have
funny.
to create your dream now.
We have to make it a
we
reality.
have to make the dream a
That's
reality.
really funny that I was like out loud laughing in my
You've never
sleep.
done that before. Like it was like it wasn't like an I'm asleep laugh. It was like you laughing on the podcast.
That's really crazy. No, normally when people
really
are
crazy.
like deep in their sleep, you're not hearing any crazy emotion unless it's like they're terrified and they wake up.
Yeah,
it's a very like
mumbling.
Yeah, so that's weird that you're like fully cackling.
That shit must have been funny.
Yeah, wow.
Zane,
can you ice skate well?
What?
Can you ice skate well?
I'm terrible at ice skating. That's probably why he was laughing.
That's so
was
funny.
I really good in the dream?
It was not good at all. It was just the way you had your like legs going with those pants on. That shit was funny.
Well, I can't. Thank you for giving
Yeah, are
me
you
something
flattered?
to do.
That's like crazy to think
No,
about.
that's cool. Heath is laughing with me at me. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But
can you ice skate well, Mariah? Can you like?
I feel like you could if you tried.
Heath can ice skate and rollerblade like it's nobody's business.
Nice.
He's really good.
Like old school roller skate, like the 4-wheel.
I love
like
the quads. Yeah.
Can you like?
I can do like
stride?
crossovers and things like that. I can go backwards, but I'm not like crazy good at backwards. I can keep doing like the crossovers, but I'm not like those people doing like crazy tricks.
But
out
he's
there,
good.
like,
he can keep up.
For me, it's hard.
I can keep up. I have no like technique, but like I can make it around a ring.
Could you like kind of spin around like in one
Oh,
place?
hell
I can't
no.
do anything. I could just like stay up.
Yeah.
She can like ice skate at the level of like where you don't have to worry about falling.
You're not by like the rails the
She's
whole
not
time.
with the little like the
Right.
ice
I'm
scooter.
also like not afraid to fall. Like I don't care. So like it takes me a few times and like I'll tumble a few times, and I'm like, all right, I'm fine. Like, I'll just get up and keep going.
It helps though.
Acknowledge your privilege. Acknowledge it, because for me, I fall. It doesn't matter how like small.
Broken back.
Broken back.
Yeah,
broken back.
Maybe that's why I'm
my
not
main
scared
thing
to, like,
is not falling, because I know as soon as I fall, I'm fucked.
Like,
I'm like an old person.
knock on wood, I never get hurt.
Well, I think because your body like can really handle it. I feel like
think about like gymnasts getting injuries, dancers getting like.
Well, I think when gymnasts gets an injury,
figure skaters are able to do all of those moves, and every time I'm just out just skating, I feel like I'm running into divots all the time.
Yeah.
And they're out there going and like landing perfectly, like backwards, doing all this shit. I'm like, how did that happen?
But I can rollerblade much better with the straight blades than the quad.
Oh, yeah.
I think the quad is so much harder.
Well, ice quality is totally different too. Like
professionally, like they're zamboning it after every.
If you go to like those free skates, that's so chopped up and like really nasty. And also the rental like skates, the blades are so dull. Like you're like slipping. If you get like a good pair of skates that are sharp, that edge catches so nice.
It is crazy that you're putting people that never skate before
on the
worst rinks and giving them the worst skates, while the professionals that can
and they're doing like lessons in the middle of it. Yeah. And you're going around watching like a little girl just spinning.
I had a flavor of the month at the Denny house where I wanted to join a beer league for hockey. So for like 3 months, that was my goal, was to like learn how to skate, and I would go to the ice rink by myself literally like every other day. I had full hockey gear and I would just be on the ice by myself figuring out how to skate, and I was like I gotta learn this.
Oh, with what you looked like too back then, I'm surprised you got yourself.
It's so badass when you're able to like stop really good in skates, and then like just the snow like kicks up like. You good?
I'll ask them.
You all right?
Oh, my best.
He's all right.
Yeah.
It's giving this.
Yeah, like, you ladies all right? You good? All right.
Oh, shit.
Like Steve Carell's insanely good at skating.
Oh, really?
Episode he was like really good at it.
He played
That's
hockey,
why he put
I
it
think.
in a lot of the episodes.
And it was so random. It just like he had the skill. It's like Creed when they have him sometimes playing the guitar. He was in that rock band. So they're just like, whatever skills you have.
I know the episode because Toby has a cancer scare and they go to the hockey rink.
Well, he does that, and then he skates in like the Thriller movie that he made. What was it called?
What Thriller?
Threat Level Midnight.
Threat Level Midnight.
I didn't. No, he made a
Zane.
movie.
It's like the biggest part of the series.
But
yes, his little
in the office.
Yeah, it's his movie that he
Golden
made.
Face or whatever. But did you know Creed was in the Grassroots?
The band?
Yeah. So
I knew he was in a band because he mentions he was in a band, and my dad told me this. Yeah.
But like, band has like some really big songs that you definitely know.
Is Creed an act? I feel like he's not an actor. They just like threw him on in the show.
Somebody on set was like, "Can my friend come on?" And they were like, "Sure." And he literally like wings it most of the time. They let him just do what he wants because it's so funny.
They were a fan of the Grassroots, and they were like, "Yeah, this is just cool because like."
They really did whatever they wanted.
The crazy story to me about The Office getting casted is Phyllis, how she was a casting director, and she was just the person who was like interviewing or doing the auditions and reading the lines, and the people were like, actually, she's so like good interacting with these people, we should put her on. And then she became a character on The Office, casting director, Office. Now you're doing Inside Out, like
That's so
making
crazy.
that fucking money.
Insane,
dude. I love that.
Didn't she used to be like some sort of model? Phyllis,
she was
right?
a dancer, cheerleader.
That's what it was.
Pull up a picture of young Phyllis. I gotta see this.
Wow.
Isn't her name Phyllis?
Phyllis is Phyllis. I think Oscar is Oscar. Angela's Angela. A lot of them have the
very interesting that they went that route. Like, hey, we're gonna. Which is very risky too to do that, because that could ruin your
Okay, Phyllis Smith.
Phyllis.
Get it, girl.
I know we went way past the airplane talk, but I wanted to bring this up. Did you guys see the video of? And I'm gonna do this was one where I was like, wow, I'm going to do this. This is such a good fucking idea. It was two friends that booked the aisle and the window. You know how people have been booking aisle and window and keeping the middle open to see, just in hopes that nobody books it. Yeah. So They put their hand through a hoodie and put the top over, and they were just moving it around the whole flight as people were like boarding.
They have it down on the tray, like acting like it's coughing. Yeah. And they're like, "Are you good? Are you good?" And they're like,
so real.
It looked so real, and this must have been like a Southwest flight or something because
you can't do that.
Because
on
you
like
can't
a
do that
normal...
on like a if it's booked, it's booked. But I think they were on a Southwest flight and just hoping that nobody took that.
I just love the coughing, and they're like,
it's so good.
Southwest is no assigned seats. You just get on the plane and sit.
Right, but you can't. Well, yes. There's no assigned seating. You get on the plane and sit, and it's like a free for all. But there is an order of you boarding the plane.
The only reason that would be like messed up is because if somebody like actually needed to get on that plane, there was one seat left, and like you did that. That's like really messed up. But it was really funny, and I just can't believe how real.
Some people do the trick where you just are very eager for someone to sit next to you, so you're just like. And people are like, no, like you just like creep out going,
or just like be a character. Like you were on there, you were just like.
That's literally you on every flight.
Just really let them know that this is not going to be a good flight if you sit next to them. Or you just have a big bowl of something you're eating, just and you're just touching everything.
Just wings.
Cracking like crab claws, just like.
Yeah, like the stinkiest, like boiled eggs,
like crawfish, just
eggs and Brussels sprouts,
and then just kind of.
Oh God!
Or just get that barf bag and just pretend.
That's good too because there's one in every seat. You know the girls on TikTok that'll like make shit on their bed, and it's like this little like they'll make eggs, they'll make like little. They have like
the people in their dorms.
Yeah, the dorm cooking.
People
just
are
outbring that on
crazy.
the just
little full countertop stove. You got a pot going.
But you're starving, so you see that you're like, I'm sitting there. Let me get them. But now, like most people would avoid a situation like that. Now I'm all for it. If I see a crazy person, I'm sitting next to the crazy person.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna bring it right back in here. Like I get so jealous all the time of that ass that was in front. Like I saw that, I was just like, damn.
It does make
it's
for
a show.
Good stories and funny memories.
Because planes can get so boring. You've seen everything on like their screen already.
Did we ever say that we confirmed? We won't say who it is, but that the person was famous.
People know who it is. Okay. Yeah, they said it in the comments.
Oh, okay.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, Hers.
Guys, losing weight can be hard. And when it comes to prioritizing your health and feeling confident and strong, it can be difficult to know where to start. Now you can get your health in check and be confident that you're on the right track to getting healthy through Hims and Hers.
That's right. Hims and Hers is changing women's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable weight loss treatments.
Their holistic program gives you access to personalized solutions like GLP-1 weekly injections that have the same active ingredients as Ozempic and Wegovy, and oral medication kits.
And Hims and Hers connects you with a medical provider who will create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. If prescribed, you'll get the medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, including ongoing care and online support at no additional cost.
Exactly. Through Hims and Hers, weight loss plans are more affordable with compounded GLP-1 injections starting at $199 per month with a 12-month subscription paid up front, baby. No hidden fees and no membership fees.
Plus, your personalized treatment ships for free directly to your door. So, if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, it's time you find the best option that works for you with Hims and Hers.
Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/Zane and Heath. forhers.com/Zane and Heath.
That's FORHERS.com/Zane and Heath for your personalized weight loss treatment options.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Thank you so much, Hers, for sponsoring this podcast. We love you. iPhone 18, baby. Done.
The calendar, I don't like how the calendar looks, but it's cool how like my reminders are being synced up with like the calendar. It's a little bit better about catching times and dates.
It does look different.
Like even if you were to discuss like, hey, are we going to record on this day at this time or whatever, it will like really start figuring that stuff out.
Interesting.
I really need to get on my Google Calendar game because I do everything on my Apple Calendar, and it doesn't notify me when the time comes. It doesn't. You know how like it's like
go to your notifications.
It's on. It just doesn't push the notifications for my calendar.
I think you can
On
set
my
like
Apple.
banner, push notifications, all of that. There's look into
You know
it.
what? One day I think it just annoyed me. One day, and I probably turned it off.
Having the email synced to my calendar is the biggest life-changing thing ever.
Email sync to your calendar.
So
So you know when someone books an email, like through your books a meeting through your email, and you press yes, it like automatically goes into your calendar on Apple.
And then it has the link right there for the Zoom.
Yeah.
It's very convenient.
I'm really bad at finding those Zoom links.
Yeah.
They are tough.
Getting in on a Zoom call. I just hate that. I get like nervous every time where I'm like,
No, I get more nervous hanging up.
Oh, it's like 3 steps
'Cause
to
everyone
click it out.
Oh.
all right, see you later. Bye.
The new
Then you're like,
FaceTime update too. I hate saying goodbye on FaceTime now because you have to tap the screen to enable to click the red X.
Yeah, it's
Before
an extra
you used to be able to just be like, all right, I'll talk to you later. Boom, hang up. Now you're like, okay, I'll talk to you later, and then you got to tap the screen, and then you got to let it go to your face, and then you got to click the. It just like. Way too awkwardly long to like hang up.
Is there certain family members or friends that when you say bye on FaceTime? So I'm the type of person where I normally hang up.
You let the other person
hang up. But there are certain friends and family members I have where I'll say bye, and I'm going to do something, and I notice that the FaceTime is still on, almost like, what are they doing after the phone call? Or are they saying anything after the phone call? And it's funny because they do it every single time.
Dude, when I was driving here, I was going down Laurel Canyon. And for the people who don't know, Laurel Canyon is basically this like very narrow road that's in the middle of the hills that gets you through the hills.
Connects the north to the south of LA.
Pretty much. And a house that they were building, and they had like a retaining wall. Like it's like a massive cliff. The whole retaining wall fell.
Oh, no.
But it was just
as you were driving, or it was already down?
So I saw like 2 kind of police officers just standing looking at it, and then everyone driving by was like looking at it, and half of like the huge, like it's like a wooden retaining wall, like the big railroad track looking.
It's on stilts.
Railroad, like the big wooden
piling,
big wooden. I don't know.
Matt, is it like this? Like it's like stilts.
It just
like
all
stints?
fell down, like half of it, and then but it made you realize like this whole fucking house might fall down.
Yeah.
Like it was like a massive landslide was on the verge of happening.
Wow.
Like, and so right when I went past, I was like, oh,
how much was on the ground?
None was out like into the streets, but it was like the whole side of the cliff. It just looked like it was like on the verge of a landslide, but it had already fallen. So it's like
crazy. Like the one place where you should not be building like that, especially with all like our earthquakes and everything.
It is crazy,
and everything is just like so close to barely hanging on.
Who's building that shit?
Because they have there's no room in the city. Like you have to build somewhere. If someone like wants that, it's their property.
Was it like the caissons that they drill into the ground, like those big kind of like metal things that so they have to.
It wasn't metal. These were like wooden, railroad
tracks.
They're like they use them in building, but they're from like railroad things. It's like I forgot. There's a name for it. Like a big.
It's confusing because you're saying railroad.
Rectangular like piece of wood that's like very dark brown,
like a 4x4.
No, that's like a plank. No, like a huge. Why do you want to say railroad?
You're saying railroad because railroad is just
when you're
the sticks
on
on
a
the
railroad.
ground.
That wooden stuff, but that heavy duty wood. But they use that for like retaining walls sometimes.
Okay.
A lot of times you can see them on like sides of houses and stuff. Anyways, but I was just like, fuck, this is like if that goes,
so scary.
Oh boy.
One of we actually talked about this on the bonus episode, but one of Leah's friends' exes, they crashed or something happened, and they told the insurance that a rock fell from a
falling rock off of
one of those Laurel
cliffs.
Canyon, and he got away with it. And the ex told the insurance company that
he was lying.
That he was lying, and so they looked into it and they found out.
Oop.
Crazy.
Oop.
But it's crazy. That's like it's so like you can easily get away with that. Well, how does it work with like if you have like a cameras on your car? Can you just say that camera wasn't on? Because I know Tesla records it, but like it could not record it also.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm surprised not every car has its camera on all the time.
They should make
legally
that like, to lower your insurance. If you put a camera on your car, will make your insurance go down.
I think they
do
have that.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, because it
then,
protects
even
your...
you get an accident, they go, well, let's see it because you have that thing where you have it documented.
But Progressive has something where it like monitors everything to where it syncs with everything, so it'll see like how fast you accelerate, if you're slamming the brakes, like, and it takes points off and like deducts, and like it affects your bill on like how good of a driver you are. Like if you slam your brakes, it's like, ooh, there's
a box inside the car. Yes. It almost looks like a battery.
Yeah.
And it detects how fast you were going.
And it'll
at the time of the...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a black box.
It'll like check your speeds for the specific
It kind of feels
road.
like Black Mirror, though. Like there's a part of me where I'm like, oh, I would love to like lower my insurance, but I also don't want like them to know every little movement I've done. They go, ooh, dee.
Does anybody else think it's really weird? It's always been like this, but like the speedometer on a car goes up to 200 miles an hour, but there's not a single road over 70.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like 75. Like it's
so drastically different.
I think
for emergency.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's like a just in case for emergency. Like imagine your car, you're trying to get away from somebody, like the cops.
Okay, but if everybody's car does that, then there's no.
Like I don't think it needs to be 200.
Let me.
It's a really good. Like there has to be a good reason. Sorry, 1 second.
Why can our cars go well over the speed limit, but
it's illegal?
But it's illegal. Like why are our cars capable of it, and why are we allowed to like have a car that can go that fast when legally we can't drive it that fast?
My ChatGPT would never understand the questions I'm asking.
There are several reasons why cars are designed to go over the speed limits. Safety and power reserve. Cars are engineered to operate efficiently and safely at a range of speeds, but having an additional power and speed capacity ensures that vehicles can handle situations like overtaking, merging into highways, or accelerating out of danger.
There you go.
Safety, universal design standards.
But 200 miles an hour is like getting you back into danger.
Does it?
Going that fast is so dangerous.
Right.
I think more people are causing harm going well over the speed limit than evading some sort of dangerous situation.
Like I think 100 miles an hour is fair. 110.
When you know how like some cars can go like 0 to 60 in a certain amount of seconds, right?
Yeah.
Is that because it's I don't even know how to say this. Okay, my car can go from like 0 to 200 miles, but is the reason why I can go 0 to 60 in a short amount of time is because it caps at 200? Like it's almost taking the energy from the horsepower. Like, does that make sense? So like if it caps at 80, my car wouldn't be able to go 0 to 60 in a certain amount of seconds because it's
it's nothing to do with that. It's just basically like your torque and acceleration and how like. It's also a goal for auto manufacturers. Like the biggest thing that they're trying to do and like flex about a car is the 0 to 60 time because it's just the most universally accepted form of how quick a car is.
So a car can go 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds if they built it like that, but it only goes up to 60 miles an hour.
Over 60, it's not as quick to accelerate to that. So like 0 to 60 could be 3 seconds, but 0 to 100 might be 7 seconds.
Sure. No. I'm saying if my car only goes to 60,
it would still accelerate.
It could still go to that quick if they put it to that. Okay. All right. So,
but there's also like there's governors on like golf carts and other sort of electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Like they can go faster, but they put a governor on it to be able to like cap it and lock it.
Like
you know what I mean, Matt?
Like in my head, I'm surprised that like the government's like all cop cars get to go 150 miles an hour, but all civilians' cars can only go a certain amount of...
It's also market demand, too. Like, people want to buy cars that go fast. No one would want to buy a car that was, like, capped and, like, limited, too.
Yeah.
And that's, in standard, it's, like, market competition.
It's just, like, a very interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Like...
But you just got to be responsible about it.
My Tesla had a cooling mode on my seats. I only have the heat warmer now. I had a cooling mode, and they took it off, and now they're like, crazy. you have to pay for it. But it was already on my car. Isn't that crazy? Like to give me something and then just take it away and then be like, now you have to pay for it.
Or what they do is they give you like the free access to get you accustomed to it, and like then they take it away and they go, yes, now you have to pay for it. But they let you have it as like a trial. And then they'll take it.
Do you think I had the trial then for a year?
So. Usually they'll give you like access. Like your friend Kate had access to some sort of feature for like a year, and then once that's up, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Okay, that if it's a trial, that makes sense. I just really thought it was part of it.
When you get a car, you get like Sirius XM for like 6 months or whatever, and then they're like, okay, time to pay for it.
But you know what? That's
I love Sirius XM. I just don't want to pay $3 a month for it. Like they get you. They'll be like, you can pay it for a nickel this month, and I'm like,
you paid for the car, you do whatever you want with the car.
Yeah.
It's smart that they do that because like and it's smart that they do it for a long time, right? Because after a year, you have your favorite stations, you have everything set up already.
Yes.
It's your like you know exactly
I'm listening to
what to do every day.
Margaritaville. I'm listening to Dave Matthews. I become a different person when I'm serious.
Imagine you were just sitting in your house and all of a sudden you get notified that you have to like pay for your toaster. Or not your toaster, like your microwave.
No, your outlets.
Yeah.
Well, your outlets, you do pretty much pay for it because you have a bill every month. But yeah,
like,
no, that's
Did you like the lights? Do you want to pay?
Did you like, I know you like the lights. You saw how bright they got? You can pay an extra $10
Are you going to pay for dimming?
We are going to start charging 10 cents per every time you sit in your sofa.
Oh, gosh.
The sofa just has spikes that come out. I love thinking about that. But me and Matt were joked about this all the time. Just imagine driving and the way like stoplights work or like intersections work. As soon as it turns around, we talked about this maybe 5 times, and I love it.
Just like
the spikes just go boom,
or you just disintegrate,
like, or disintegrate. Like, there's like a
you're dead. Like or like sorry, you broke the rule.
You know, you can like you run a red light.
Yeah,
you're like you can, but like you know, but as soon as it turns red, our laser goes up. Like if you're past it, you just.
We saw a crazy accident on my way home from here the other night. Sitting like first car at the light, getting ready to turn, and this dude ran a red so bad. Just like this was coming, and this guy was coming this way, and they smashed, and the car immediately flipped over onto the roof, and I was like this.
Oh, you saw this happen? And
yes, it was so loud and like it was scary.
When was this?
2 days ago?
2-3 days ago.
Oh wow! Oh my god!
It's crazy how
everybody was very quick,
cars
though.
tip.
Yeah,
it was weird. It just like hit and just went boom.
I know. It's wild you got to like see it because like every time you like go by an accident, you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yes.
This car is like upside down over here.
I would have never thought it would have flipped watching the accident. Like it was a hard hit, but it was very weird.
What's really crazy in those situations, it doesn't matter what I'm on my way to. I don't care if it's like my flight, my job, we're like record anything. I like immediately, if I saw something on the road and I feel like I saw it first, you have to stop and I feel like you have to help because if nobody saw it,
Zane,
then that's just more time.
The amount of people that got out and help
like,
was amazing.
No, that's amazing.
Felt
but
so good.
There's a lot of there's just a lot of footage that I see like on like where people just like they see it and they just drive. I'm just like, that's great. Like it doesn't unless you're like driving for your fucking pregnant and like your wife is going to labor. I understand that, but like, man, I think anything can wait in a situation like that. Like that person really needs your like help. And you know, ambulance isn't coming for another at least 8 to 10
There was
minutes.
probably 30 people within 5 seconds of the car flipping that were out of their cars and running over to help.
Everybody should be required, not required, I guess, because it's so rare that you like catch it in the moment, but because there are like certain things you really can and can't do in a situation like that. Like most people will like immediately pull that person, and you're not supposed to pull them out because they could have broken bones and shit.
Yeah,
so
you gotta like.
I feel like everybody should know exactly what to do in a situation like that, because I feel like a lot more lives would be saved if like 30 people show up to site and everybody knows exactly what to do. You could really get them at least ready for an ambulance truck in like that first minute or two when something happens. You know, I'm gonna ask my mom what do I have to do. Like, I'm gonna learn.
Then you wait for and
then I'm gonna tell everybody on this podcast.
Fire department to come with the jaws of life.
Yeah,
yeah, jaws of life.
What like if a car's flipped over like that? Do you take them out or like what do you do? Like,
do I have your consent? Do I have your consent? I don't know. Like that is such a tough thing
because you can.
I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't care.
Sued.
But
yeah,
you don't want to be like
for anything.
I'd be like videotaping. Like if I'm doing this, sorry, I'm doing this for my own protection. If you want me to get you out of this car, I'll do it. But like we got to agree that you're allowing this to happen.
Yeah,
they pulled the person out like pretty immediately.
Yeah.
They didn't seem injured, which is good because when they like pulled him out, he like was. It was kind of like an awkward thing because the airbags were off and they had to like kind of like get out underneath like from the bottom.
You'll be surprised how injured they are and they still are able to crawl themselves out.
Like,
it's because like you're in such shock, you have no idea that something like really bad happened.
Yeah,
as soon as you're out in that ambulance, you're like, Oh, wow. Everything is fucked in my body. It's so crazy how like your body like literally just is numb to all that in a situation like that. Unless you're really fucked.
Yeah, your adrenaline's just going and you just like don't even realize.
Yeah, I'm in a flipped car. I don't care what the hell's going on. Like, you get me out of that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that shit could blow up.
That's another thing that I'm scared of too. Like if it is like an accident, you flip, you don't know if there's like a leak, if your car's about to explode. And then like I saw that too, and I also worried like you want to run over to help, and a lot of people are, but you're also like putting like that in danger too. Like I know you're saving somebody, but like still clear the area once you're out.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's going to blow up. Like if you get everybody out and everybody's safe, like try to like get away from like the wreck.
Yes. I know. It's the worst like when an accident like happens and then like another car can like come too. Like like the domino effect of like an accident as well is like, oh my gosh.
So scary.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Patricia, I think sprained her ankle.
Right now?
No, like last night we were like walking home, we had a couple drinks and she was wearing these boots and like she walked over a curb and was like, oop. And we were like, are you good? She's like, yeah, I think I'm good. And then just woke up and like her ankle is swollen.
Is it broken?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, she just sent me the picture. I mean, we're recording. I got to find out.
Damn, you girls really do go through war with your shoes and shit.
Fuck, I hope it's not broken. We have to leave in like 2 days. Like
it's not bruised though.
I think just like
it just looks like it's swollen.
Just keep icing it because when you do, if you are on a plane, it will like blow up more. Whatever you have. I remember when I dislocated my elbow and we had to leave the next morning. My God, that thing blew up like a balloon in my cast. It was terrible. Fuck. But just as long as she keeps like icing it and like cooling it down and get it.
And like,
she like just like the heel just kind of gave and
yeah, because she's wearing those like heeled boots and stuff, just rocking that outfit. She just walked the curb off the sidewalk. She should have just taken the path I was on, and I was like, fuck.
Or like if you like hit grass, that thing. Woo!
Oh,
a hairline fracture is the worst because like you don't know, like it's something where it's like it's broken, you feel something, but like you don't know if it's like a chest
I still
pain.
have it in my hand. I still have a hairline fracture from when I got hit by that bike outside of Jimmy John's. It's still there.
You feel it? You feel it when you press?
Like right now I can like feel it. It's not painful. It just feels like something's in my body.
Is that something you feel like you should like get fixed because in the future it could like get worse? Like how is that?
It doesn't affect me working out. It doesn't cause me severe pain. It's just
working out is pretty surprising because you're pushing weights, right?
But it doesn't hit there that much.
Yeah.
My buddy Austin had a similar thing. He was riding his bike and like went over the front, like mountain biking, and he jammed both of his wrists, and he broke both of them. But one didn't heal properly and still has like a hairline fracture in it, and they have to go in and do surgery because it's been years now, and it's still he can't like lift anything with that arm. They have to take a piece of his hip bone and put it into his wrist.
Strange. I feel like they could just like make something out of plaster, like use old cadaver bones or something.
Yeah. Do they usually take parts from like the stomach and hip to fix anything
depending on like where, but yeah, I guess your hip bone is kind of like easy to shave off.
It's like in the back of your head for hand transplants. It's like something you easily replace.
But yeah, the recovery is crazy because they were cutting and like shaving his hip.
Oh.
But that's
it was a bone.
Yeah,
that had to grab
because when it happened, it didn't heal properly, and I guess just kind of kept getting worse over time. So make sure that doesn't get worse.
It's hopefully.
I had a hairline fracture in my rib from the time I hit the couch.
That scares me. So broken ribs.
Oh, that was crazy.
So much.
I thought I had like bronchitis. It's such a weird feeling. Like you don't know if it's like something that like.
And there's no cast. You can't cast your rib like if you have a like. It's just like,
it's a rib cage. Like
But
I've stared at just like rib cages sometimes, or just like when you look at a skeleton, you're like, what in the hell is just this whole system is bizarre,
insane.
A punctured lung is another huge fear.
Oh yeah, collapsed lung. My buddy had a collapsed lung one time. Yeah,
so scary.
That's really scary. Yeah.
I used to think of what like a collapsed lung was like the lung literally detached and just fell to the bottom.
Oh,
to the bottom of your
bag in the
torso. I always thought that's what a collapsed lung was.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy Cyber Monday. Enjoy your holidays. Thank you again for watching. We love you so much. Also, make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We keep these cameras rolling. You get an extended cut of every single podcast episode. You also get early access to it. We posted a few days early, and they're ad-free. We do a bonus episode every single month. We do a live Q&A every single month. It's a great time. Again, patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
You can check out these episodes every Monday, audio form on all the podcast platforms, and every Tuesday, video form on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Zane and Heath.
And we also have a flavored peanut butter company. It's a amazing product that's way better than traditional peanut butter. Less fat, less calories. It's unbelievable. All you do is add a little bit of water to it. It reconstitutes into a peanut butter. You can use it as a dip. You can use it as a spread. You can just eat it straight out of the bowl. It's amazing. If you want to check it out, theflavoredpbco.com. Make sure to check out the cookies and cream flavor, fudgy brownie. They're all unbelievable.
Yes. When this episode goes out, we're not sure if they're all sold out or not, but we will do our best to make sure we're restocking. Yeah, because y'all really hit that shit on Black Friday.
Everybody hit that BOGO.
So yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. We love you.
Toodles.
Peace and blessings.
Ciao.